This is the live podcast with Manuel, living in full expression. The only thing stopping you from scaling is the belief that you have to do it all one person at a time. But you don't. Group programs let you serve more people, create deeper transformation through community, and build a business that doesn't require trading every hour for every dollar. Welcome to the live podcast with me, your host Manuel. And in today, we're talking about the moment every expert both celebrates and fears. And so if you've been following, I guess by now, you've built your expertise, you've attracted clients, you've learned to sell, you've delivered transformation, and you've created a referral system that's working for you. And I want to say a big congratulations to you. But now you're hitting a ceiling. You have more inquiries than hours in the week. You're turning away good people. You're realizing if you keep trading hours for dollars, you will never scale beyond your personal capacity. So here's the question. How do you scale your impact and income without working more hours or sacrificing transformation quality? The answer is simply group programs. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to create a signature group program that serves more people, creates better results through community, and frees you from the one-on-one selling. So if you're ready, let's dive in. First, I want us to break the group program mindset that a lot of people have. Let's address the fear. My clients need one-on-one attention. A group wouldn't give them personalized support. They will get less value. But here is the truth. Group programs aren't one-on-one with more people. They are a completely different and often more powerful transformation exercise. And here's the shift. The shift number one I want you to have is this. Community creates transformation you alone cannot. And this is why. When clients connect with each other on the same journey, they get accountability from peers, they multiply perspectives, and they prove they are not alone, and relationships that outlast your program. Mindset shift number two is that group programs forces better structure. So in your one-on-one, you can wing it, but in group coaching, you need a clear framework. That structure creates better, more consistent results. And mindset shift number three is that scale doesn't mean sacrifice. So you serve 10 to 20 people with the energy you would spend on 2 to 3 one-on-one. And that's not diluting impact, that's multiplying it. So we're going to look at the 3 group program models that you can adopt or you can mix. And the number one is the cohort-based model, where you start with everyone, you move through together and end together. And this could be you have a fixed start and end date, and this program could be 8 weeks. You also have an enrollment window that could span between 2 to 3 times in a year, and best for sequencing learning and strong community. And this, you can call it anything. For example, you can call it a spring 2025 cohort. So that's the cohort-based group program model. And then let's look at the number 2, which is rolling enrollment. And this, people can join anytime, go at their own pace. And some of the characteristics as well could include always open for enrollment, self-paced with group support, best for ongoing programs with no specific end. An example of this could be a monthly membership community. Now, the third, which is the hybrid, and this is the sweet spot for you. This, you have live cohort with ongoing community access. And these can span between 8 to 12 weeks, live cohort with group calls. And after completion, access to alumni community, best for transformation and long-term support. So here's my recommendation to you. Start cohort-based. It creates urgency, builds strong community, and lets you refine before going evergreen. So I'm going to show you a group program structure you can use. Now, you can start with weekly live group call, which can last between 60 to 90 minutes, and you can break it down to open cycle of 10 minutes, where everyone shares one win from the week. And then you can do a teaching of 20 to 30 minutes on a one core concept that's focused and applicable to everyone. Then you can have a hot seat coaching session, which could be between 30 to 40 minutes with 2 or 3 people who get live coaching. All right. You can do that. Everyone learns from watching them, and you can rotate that throughout the program. And then you have action planning, which can span between 10 minutes and 15 minutes, where you clarify implementation steps and then you answer questions. So in between sessions, you can have private community where you do daily check-in. You can do peer support. You can have pop-in within 2 to 3 times per week. You can also have weekly assignments where you have clear actions, share progress in community, and you can also do optional office hours, which could be 30 minutes weekly drop-in for questions. So this will help you to kickstart your group program. So here is the magic number for you. If you're starting out, you can start with your first program, which can be opened for at least 6 to 12 people. And this is big enough for community, small enough for attention. So you can start with at least 6 to 12 people in your first program. And then once you've experienced how the dynamics is and you've got experience, you can go to 15 to 25 people. And then you can scale up. The program can last for 8 to 12 weeks. And this is long enough for transformation, short enough for momentum. Now let's come to the part where a lot of people freeze, which is the pricing for your group programs. All right. And this is the wrong approach I want you to avoid. When you say my one-on-one is 3,000, and so with 10 people, I will charge 300 each. This is backwards. You are not dividing value, you're adding value through community. So here is the right approach that you can price your group coaching that will bring transformation as well for them. You can have entry level that could span between $497 to $997, and this can be between 4 to 6 weeks with clear outcome and minimal one-on-one. And then you can have a signature program, which is $1,500 to $3,000, and this can be between 8 to 12 weeks. Comprehensive transformation with hot seats. And then you can have your premium. Remember, in our previous episode, we talked about breaking this into 3, where you have the Goldilocks impact when you have the 3 parts, and people mostly fall into the second one. So you need to have your premium, which can be $3,000 to $7,000. This span between 12 weeks and 15 weeks. You can have high touch exclusive positioning. And here's the truth. Your group should be at least 50 to 70% of your one-on-one price, not 10 to 20%. So if your one-on-one is 5,000 for 12 weeks, your group can easily be 2,500 and 3,500. And then, like we talked about in our previous episode, you don't discount. You rather give them a payment plan. So for a program of $1,997, you can have $697 they pay in 3 months. And this gives lower barrier and creates cash flow for you. So the question now is, how do you fill your first group? This is something that is very critical. How do you found your first members? So this is the strategy you can use. You can create something like, I'm launching the inaugural cohort of the program you're launching. You would have given it a name, summer cohort, whatever name you decide to call it. And I'm looking for 8 to 10 founding members who would get, remember we talked about specificity when it comes to outcome. So this is what they're going to get. Founding members price will be 40% off future price. They're going to get extra access during this first cohort, and they're going to have lifetime alumni access, and they could also have chances to shape the group or the program. And now in exchange, show up fully, implement the work, and then provide feedback and share a testimonial. So the price could be 2,000, but for your founding members, you want to give them between 997 to 1,200. And then the next cohort, you take it up to 1,500. And the third cohort, you hit the figure you wanted, which is the 2,000 per person. Now, this is where it's very important to leverage on your referral system we talked about in our previous episode. So how do you do that? You reach out to your past one-on-one client and say something like this: I'm creating a group program for people exactly like you were when we started. Do you know 2 to 3 people in that place right now? Okay. And so you get their response. So for your pre-launch strategy, you can use 3 weeks before, you share behind the scene, pull your audience about struggles. And then in week 2 before the program, you can announce with waiting list sign up and share testimonials. And in week 1 before the program, you can give waitlist members early access, and then enrollment opens. Email multiple times, go live on socials, and you create a 7-day deadline. And here is a minimum viable group, at least 5 people. With 3 to 4, consider postponing or running as discount pilots. So at least you have 5 people to start up with. So how do you facilitate your group transformation? That's a critical part. You've created it, you've priced it, you've launched it, and it's the D-Day to facilitate this. How do you go about it? So this is what you need to do. You need to set the tone in session 1. So this is how it works. This works best when everyone participates and you're here to learn from each other, not just to listen to me. So you need to set the tone for everyone to know that it's not a lecture, it's a collaborative effort for everyone to achieve their goal. So you need to set that tone in the first instance. Now, creating participation. So you can use popcorn method. Who wants to share? Don't think too hard. Just popcorn in. So you give everybody opportunity to start sharing. So between these few people you're starting with, you schedule your hot seat with them so they can prepare ahead of time. So now the thing is, you may have different experience level in that group. So teach to the middle, you serve 80%. Advanced people learn by coaching others. You can create pairs at similar stages and offer tiered homeworks. So this could help them to, learn together as they go. So you need to also build community between calls. You can do daily prompts. For example, Monday, one goal this week. Wednesday, what's working, what's challenging. And on Friday, celebrate wins. So you can use this framework to help your community to grow. When someone asks a question, you respond, great question. Who in the group has experience with this? So let your community answer first. Don't be the first to answer. Remember, sometimes you might not be the smartest in the room. So when you make it community-based, it gives others the chance to participate. And you need to show up consistently, at least 2 to 3 times per week. Now, here are some mistakes you need to avoid when it comes to organizing a group program. So mistake number 1 is making it one-on-one light. This is what you need to do. Position it as different and valuable, not budget option. Mistake number 2, no community building. The magic happens between sessions. So you build that community within session. Mistake number 3 is over-delivering content. So the solution to this is one framework implemented beats 10 explained. We've talked about this in our previous episode. Mistake number 4, no system. You don't have a system on ground. And this is how to solve that. You need clear process for recording, communication, scheduling, and then onboarding. Mistake number 5 is the pricing from fear. Value transformation is the way to solve this problem, not format. Don't charge $297 for 8-week transformation. You're going to shoot yourself on the foot. So here is your action plan for this episode. I want you to decide your model, cohort, rolling, or hybrid. And then number 2, you design your 6 to 8 key models. Number 3, you set your pricing based on transformation. Then number 4, you choose launch dates 4 to 6 weeks out. And then number 5, you identify 10 to 20 potential founding members. And then this month, create week by week program outline, build simple enrollment page, reach out to your past client for referrals, begin pre-launch content and waitlist, and then you set up community platform. There are a lot of places you can set up your community platform where you can interact, but ensure you use the one that is flexible and that your members can easily use depending on the age group you're working with. Now remember, your first group may not be perfect. In fact, it won't be perfect, but that's okay. Every 6-figure group program started with a messy first cohort of 5 to 8 people. So you don't need perfection at this point. You need to start. And in closing, I want you to know this. You've already proven you can create transformation one-on-one. You have the expertise. You have the framework. You have satisfied clients who will refer others. The only thing stopping you from scaling is the belief that you have to do it all one person at a time. But you don't. Group programs let you serve more people, create deeper transformation through community, and build a business that doesn't require trading every hour for every dollar. So your experience deserves to reach more people. Your ideal clients deserve access to your framework even if they can't afford one-on-one. And you deserve a business that scales beyond your personal capacity. The difference between experts that are stuck on the one-to-one ceiling and those who scale to 6 and 7 figures is this. One embraces group transformation. The other stays afraid it won't be good enough. So your group program doesn't need to be perfect at the first instance. It just needs to exist. So create it, launch it, and then you can scale it. This has been the live podcast with me, your host, Manuel. And until I come your way in our next episode, keep living in full expression.